Hare Krishna, everyone. So, in last class, we were discussing about saintly person. We discussed the qualities about a saintly person. And guess what? We can also be like those qualities one day will come in us also. But we really don't have to wait for it. You know why? Because in next shloka, Krishna is glorifying that person who has not even gained all the qualities which a saintly person should have. Let's see. There are 26 basic qualifications for a holy man, and in the Bhagavad Gita we find that Sri Krishna himself gives the following verdict. Let's see. अपि चेत् सुदुराचारो भजते माम् अनन्यभाक् साधुरेव समन्तव्यः सम्यगव्यवसितो हि सः. Even if one commits the most abominable actions, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated. Wow. So what does this mean? Even a person has committed very bad deeds in his past. Very, very, very bad deeds. But then also, if he has taken the shelter of Lord Krishna, he is considered to be a saintly person. So now you might be thinking that, oh, I'm most poor, I'm most fallen, I did so many bad things in my past. Krishna will not be accepting me because I'm so bad, I'm so fallen. But Krishna is saying something else. If you have taken the shelter of Krishna, if you haven't even taken, you have just, a thought came in your mind that, oh, I should take shelter of Lord Krishna, then also you will be considered as a saintly person. Because if you are thinking this, if this thought came in your mind, then definitely you will take shelter of Lord Krishna and you will move on this path. So even if you are, struggling with all the bad habits, then also if you are engaged in devotional service of Lord, you will be considered as a saintly person. I'm not saying this by myself. Krishna is saying this. Is it not? I'm just repeating what Krishna is saying. Isn't this just amazing? So let me tell you one more thing. As you take the shelter of Lord Krishna, like earlier when you were not understanding these things, so what were you doing? You were going to astrologers. People often do this. They go to astrologers and they believe astrology basically. And what that astrologer will tell you that, yeah, these are the faults, these are all the faults in your life, and these deeds you did, these are your deeds, and that's why you are suffering this, etc., etc., etc. Is it not? They tell these things only, that you did this in your past, so that's why you are struggling here, that's why you are suffering this. They tell all of those things. I'm not saying that it's false, somewhere it is right, but when you follow this path, when you follow the process of bhakti yoga, then Krishna himself changes the whole history of your life. History means Of course, your future, not the past, your future also. Now, things will not go according to astrology in your life. Not at all. Things will go according to God's plan. This is it seems very easy thing, but it is very deep thing. Now Krishna has, hold your hand and he will show you the way. Once you have decided to walk on this path, now Krishna has hold you. He will not leave you. This is reality. He will not leave you. You have even once you have called him, the chanting that we do, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So what are we doing? We are actually calling Krishna. Oh Krishna, please engage me in your service. So Krishna says, oh, okay, I will engage you in my service. Come, I will not let you go now. I have hold you tightly. Now I will not let you go. I will engage you in my service, no matter what. So he will not leave you now. Yeah. Isn't this just amazing? Krishna takes care of his devotee personally, individually. Yes. So now everything which happens, especially in devotee's life, it is God's plan. So that's why you should do. Now see, this thing one should understand that as we are understanding these things, once a person will understand this thing, then he will do all his services every single day, no matter what situations come in his life. He will do it every single day. On the mundane platform, what is morality for one person is immorality for another. And what is immorality for one person is morality for another. Now this is also very interesting thing. Let's understand this with one example. This is practical example of my life. Like once upon a time, I was working in kitchen and suddenly, like I was about to wash all the utensils. So just suddenly I saw that in my wash basin, in my sink, there was a lizard. Now I really, scared of lizards. I was scared of lizards a lot. So now I was scaring. So this was immorality for me. Is it not? That I was scaring. So I called my brother and I told him that please put that lizard away. Just take out from the sink. I want to wash my utensils. I don't want to see that lizard. Just please take out that. Just yeah. So you know what? He was so much brave that he even was ready to hold that lizard in his hand and he was about to, just throw that lizard away. So this was morality for that person, for my brother. So same situation. Situation is same. There is no difference. But for me, it was immorality and for him, it was morality. Means for me, it was unfavorable. For him, it was favorable. He was not fearing at all. So from this, one should understand that, for example, if there is a person who is habitual of consuming tea, so tea is again falls in the category of intoxication. One should not consume tea or coffee. So, yeah, this is one of our regulative principle. So now, for example, yeah, let's understand this example. For that person, he is so much habitual of consuming tea, but I am not at all habitual of consuming tea. So see, same situation, tea is same, but for one person, it is favorable, but for me, it is not favorable at all. So that tea is morality for him. Consuming tea is morality for him, and that is immorality for me. So one should understand that if consuming tea, that she is also devotee, I am also devotee. If she is not consuming tea, so by the time I can also work on this, and this habit of mine, consuming of tea, it will also go away, right? If consuming tea is immorality for her right now, so in future it can happen with me also. It will become immorality for me also. Are you able to catch this point? Whatever we see, whatever we are trying to follow on this path, even if we are if we are not able to follow it right now, but but you are seeing that another person of your age only, he is able to do that. So you in future, you will also be able to do that. It gives a nice relief, is it not? So some situations are like this. Not some situations, actually all the situations are like this, which is morality for us, for one person, and it is immorality for another, or it is immorality for one person and morality for another. So you will see in all situations this happens. But one should be, stay motivated that yeah, this can happen with me also. If you're not able to quit non-veg right now, so you'll be able to do it in future. Just keep doing all the practices. Chant your rounds every single day. Hear these classes. Consume Krishna Prasadam. I'll tell you to follow same things daily, because you have to follow same things daily. There is no any new way. No new things you have to follow. You have to follow same things. So now Prabhupada ji has make us understand, clarified this point with this amazing example. Let's just see. According to the Hindu conception, the drinking of wine is immoral, whereas in the Western world, wine drinking is not considered immoral but is a common thing. Yes, this is so true. In fact, you will see prime ministers or presidents of such countries, they preach like this, that yeah, you should consume wine. Means intoxication and stuff is so common there. It's not at all immoral there. But here, it is considered immoral, is it not? If a person is driving while drinking wine, he will be punished. Police will catch him. Why? Because it is immoral here. It is not allowed. So see, situation is same, drinking wine, but in one country it is immoral, but in another country is it not? It is not considered immoral. It is common thing. So now just think about it. If prime ministers, presidents of such countries are preaching like this, they are allowing intoxication like that, then what to say of other people of those countries, the citizens or whatever, people who are living in those countries? They encourage so much that yeah, you should drink wine. You will see they often say wine is good for our heart. One should drink that. But it is not at all reality. Intoxication is not good at all for our body, not good for our intoxication. That's why you will see whoever will follow these four regulative principles. What are those four regulative principles? No intoxication. You don't have to drink alcohol, or you don't have to, swag. No tea and coffee also, because they are also intoxicants, caffeine, nicotine. Then no meat eating, no meat, no eggs, no fish, not even onion, garlic. You have to avoid that also. No gambling, earning money by fair practices only. And no illicit sex. Like, you have to, even with your partner, of course, there should be no affairs, but even with your partner, one should engage in physical. They should engage physically only for raising child. Otherwise, it is called illicit. You should practice brahmacharya, celibacy. And see, if you will follow, anyone who will follow these four regulative principles, you will see how much strong they become, not only physically but also mentally. There is one Prabhuji. He was in Brahmacharya ashram before, and he followed four regulative principles. He's chanting 16 rounds. Of course, he's following it right now also. Means all the practices he's following very nicely. And means not one, I'm not just talking about one person. All the devotees, they do follow all the regulative principles. They chant 16 rounds and other things they follow. And you will see they become so much strong. They become so much confident. So don't think that these things don't make any sense. No, they do make lots of sense. Very important. We will be discussing about these also. Like, there is a last message by His Grace, Param, His Grace Kadam Kanan Maharaj. He shared last but very strong message. We will be discussing it also later. So yeah, anybody who will follow these four regulative principles, chant 16 rounds, he will definitely go back to Godhead. Why? Because he will become so pure just by practicing these things. These are very strong. Don't take these things for granted at all. So yeah, we were understanding morality and immorality. So morality is dependent on time, place, circumstance, social position, etc. So it depends on all these things. There is, however, a sense of morality and immorality in all societies. In this verse, Krishna points out that even if one is engaged in immoral acts, but at the same time is fully in Krishna consciousness, he is to be considered a sadhu or a saint. See, Krishna himself is saying, just see the mercy of Lord. Krishna is not asking you to quit your sins and then take his shelter. Krishna is not asking to quit your sinful activities, your sinful actions, and then surrender to Krishna. No. Krishna is saying, you quit all your false designations and come in my shelter. Krishna is saying this. So devotees, often get demoralized. They often get demoralized by this. So, means what? This only that I'm so fallen, I have so many immoral activity, I do so many immoral activities, I'm so much fond of immoral habits and stuff. They often get demoralized. But no matter what, how bad boy you are or how bad girl you are, no matter what bad deeds you did in your past, but if you are serving Lord, if you are practicing your devotional services, then you will be known as saint, a saintly man. Krishna himself is saying this. You know why? Why? Because, see, next line, Krishna is, Srila Prabhupada ji is elaborating it. In other words, although a person may have some immoral habits due to his past association, if he is engaged fully in Krishna consciousness, these habits are not be considered important. Whatever the case, if one becomes Krishna conscious, he will gradually be purified and will become a sadhu. Are you able to understand this point? That you will be gradually purified by time, by practicing all these things. So no need to worry at all. No need to think that, oh, let me become a good boy, then I will take shelter of Krishna. No. Even you are the bad boy, very, very bad. Then also, just fully engage yourself in Krishna consciousness. And you will gradually be purified and will become a sadhu. See, one should understand this thing that Krishna is not an ordinary man. We know this. But, okay, Krishna is not ordinary, but who is serving him? He is also not ordinary. Yes. Any person who is serving Lord Krishna, he is also not an ordinary man or girl or boy, whatever. He is also not ordinary. Why? Because one takes shelter of Krishna by his own desire only. Because of desire of Krishna only, he turns to Krishna. One should understand this thing. That's why, see, this is the only reason you will observe one thing, that devotees often preach so many people. They preach so many non-devotees. Of course, one who is not devoted to Krishna, then he will be known as non-devotee only, even though he is practicing any kind of spiritual activities, whatever other things. But if he is not devoted to Lord Krishna, then he will be non-devotee. So you will see devotees often preach so many non-devotees, but not everyone accepts this process. Even I also, I just follow instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jare dekho tare kaho Krishna upadesh. Whoever you see, just tell him about Krishna. I try to follow this as much as I can. Whoever I see, I will just preach him about Krishna. Even, if someone will call me falsely, then also I will tell him about Krishna. Why did you call me? Why did you call me? Now I will take you to Krishna. So yeah, but not everyone accepts it. This is also true. This is also reality. Why? Because Krishna is not allowing him to do so. Krishna only gives intelligence to beings to turn himself towards Krishna. So don't think that, oh, I have came on this path. I am following I'm following this process. No! Krishna has allowed you. Krishna has chosen you. Krishna has chosen you to walk on this path. It's not you who has decided to walk on this path. It's Krishna who has chosen you to walk on this path. So don't take this for granted. See the mercy of Lord. But yeah, if I'm saying that, yeah, non-devotees, there are many people who don't accept this knowledge, but one should not think that, oh, shall I preach him or not? I don't know, I doubt whether he will accept it or not. No, don't think like that. Just follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction. Jade dekho tade kaho Krishna upadesh. Whoever you see, just tell him about Krishna. Instruct him about Krishna. Just follow instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And never seek for expectations from others. Just keep preaching them, just keep giving them love, just keep preaching them. You can't force everyone, of course, but if he is even little bit, he shows even little bit of interest, then just catch him. Keep preaching him, keep giving him love, and keep telling him about Krishna. So, yeah. So we should not think that whether I should preach him or not, whether I should preach that person or not. Just think right now also, if you are taking these classes, if you are listening these lectures, or if you are, chanting Hare Krishna or whatever you are doing related to Krishna, then someone might have preached you. That's why you are here, right? Otherwise, we were doing so many rubbish things. We were not aware about this path. So someone might have preached us. That's why we are on this path. Is it not? So we should not think. We should give chance to each and everyone. You don't know how much mercy you are giving when you are telling him about Krishna, when you are telling him about this path, when you are, taking him on this path. Of course, we are medium. We are just instruments of Krishna. But we should try to give chance to each and everyone. And the best thing, whatever you do, whatever you are doing, just don't think, just don't expect that other people should get satisfied of whatever you are doing. Always see that Krishna should satisfy. I want to satisfy Krishna by doing this. If I'm telling any person about Krishna, so I'm not doing this for the sake of satisfying that person. I'm doing it for the sake of satisfying Krishna. Krishna will be pleased if I am telling someone about him. So always keep these things in your mind. Okay. So as one progressing in executing Krishna consciousness, his bad habits diminish and he attains to saintly perfection. So what is being said? What is being said? Past deeds should be neglected if now he is serving Lord Krishna. Okay? If you are already serving Krishna, that means your past deeds has been neglected by Krishna. This is just amazing thing. Understand. Just understand. If you are on this path, that means Krishna has already forgiven you. That's why you are able to serve him. Isn't this just amazing? Krishna has already forgiven you. That's why you are able to serve him. Krishna never, looks on bad deeds that we did. Krishna never sees those. Krishna never, looks on all these things. Krishna always notices that what we did for, what we are doing for him. Krishna only notices this. That's why you see now, there are many demons, devils. You will see, we took example of Putna. What was her intention? She came to kill Krishna. Of course, Krishna is eternal, but then also she was assuming that I will kill this boy, I will kill this child by feeding him poison. But then also Krishna just neglected her bad intentions. Krishna just noticed that she want to give me something. That's why she came to me. And Krishna delivered her. Isn't this just amazing? You might know, let me tell you one more thing about Shishupal. You might have heard about Shishupal. So Shishupal, he always used to say bad about Krishna. Shishupal is he, he's a boy, he was a man. So Shishupal always used to abuse Lord Krishna. But then also Krishna neglected his bad deeds. Krishna was only noticing that how many times he took my name. He always used to abuse Krishna. That Krishna is that, Krishna is that, this Krishna is very bad boy, Krishna is thief, Krishna has kidnapped my wife. He was talking about Rukmani ji. Even though Rukmani ji was not wife of Shishupal, but then also he was assuming. So he always used to abuse Lord Krishna. But then also see, Krishna just noticed that how many times he took my name. See the mercy of Lord. So Krishna always notices that what we did for him, what are we doing for him, what we do for him. Do you know the interesting thing? That Krishna is a real thief. Real thief? What are you saying? You are abusing Krishna? No, I'm not abusing Krishna. I'm appreciating Krishna. Let's understand this thing. Prabhuji was telling this thing, my master. So, Krishna is a real thief. Why? Yes, Krishna is a real thief. Whatever bad habits, whatever immoral habits we have, Krishna just steals them. I was really, isn't this just amazing? First of all, just meditate on this thing. Just understand this thing. Whatever immoral habits we have, Krishna just steals them. You will only observe this by time, whatever immoral habits you have. That will just vanish away. Even you will not able to get this, that, oh, I was so much habitual of consuming tea, and now I'm not even striving to consume tea. How's that happening? Or whatever, whatever immoral habits you have, Krishna will steal them. So Krishna is a real thief. So no need to do anything extra. Whatever has been told you, just follow that. And automatically you will see everything will take its place. I was really, I really, I was really able to reflect on it. That how Krishna steals every bad habit. Even there was a time when I also had bad habits. Of course, we were not devotees before. Everyone is a non-devotee. Still that person is not on this path. He has been non-devotee in his past. So of course, I also had uh, many bad habits. Like I had very bad habit of consuming sweet. I was so much habitual of consuming sweets. It's not like that my urges for consuming sweet has completely gone, but still it's in control. I remember that after following sattvic lifestyle, I came to know that we should not consume sugar. I used to consume lots of sugar. You know, when I used to drink milk, I used to put 9 to 10 spoons of sugar in one glass. Can you just believe this? So much, what to say. I was honeybee, very much habitual of consuming sweet. But then I came to know that sugar is not good for our health. So I switched to jaggery. So you won't believe, in 2 to 3 days, I used to consume 1 kg of jaggery. But now it's in control. It's not like this. So see, Krishna steals every bad habit, no matter what habit is that. Krishna is just amazing. Okay, moving forward. Okay, one more thing I want to discuss here, that in starting, one can think that just by doing these very easy things, how one can be benefited so much. You might think that just by chanting Hare Krishna, how miracles will, can happen in life. But when you will do it, then only you will be able to know. Just don't think in your mind, just don't keep thinking, just execute it in your actions. And by the time you'll come to know it automatically by your own, you will see people do lots of hardships, lots of sacrifices, but then also they don't get desired benefits. They do get benefits, but very little. But by following this process, you know, you might be thinking that this process is very easy. We just have to chant, we have to consume, we do consume food, so we'll just offer it to Krishna, and if we will consume prasadam, then what will it make? Will it really make a big difference? Yes, it do makes very big difference. Krishna himself, in Bhagavad Gita, third chapter, 13th shloka, you can just check. You can just check it. Krishna says in it that anyone who is consuming anything and he's not offering it to me, then he's actually consuming sin. And anyone who is consuming my prasadam means anyone who is consuming after offering me, then he will get delivered. There is lot of glories of Krishna prasadam. We will be discussing that also in future. Don't worry. We will discuss many things. Just keep coming in classes. We'll discuss lots of things. So yeah. So just think now, just by doing these little things, very easy things, if we get magnified benefit, then why will not he follow? Why one should not follow this path? He will be known as stupid then, foolish man, if we will not follow very easy things to get magnified benefit. So one should follow. Moving forward, now here is a story to to understand this topic which we discussed. If one have some immoral habits, but due to his past association, if he is engaged fully in Krishna consciousness, then these habits will get purified. He will gradually be purified and become a sadhu. Let's discuss this story. In this regard, there is the story of a thief who went on a pilgrimage to a holy town. Or see, it's a long story and we need more time for it. We will discuss it in our next class. Okay? Alright. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Pramanande, Hari Bol.